And your time begins now.
Yes. Board members, Madam President, Dr. Guest. The TPS board meeting on July 6th was a public debacle. During the nomination of Board Member Jennettie Marshall for Vice President, the meeting evolved into a character assassination by Ms. Schreiber, Keller, and Ms. Wester. The verbal assault on Ms. Marshall's integrity damaged the board's credibility. These mindsets and behaviors, if not addressed immediately, will remain a major barrier to attaining unity of vision and unity of action. Clearly, the board reached its obligation to display dignity toward Ms. Marshall. A viable board must respect and take into serious consideration dissenting viewpoints. This is essential to doing the hard work of trust building. The board's divisive behavior impairs its ability to function for the greater good. In the July 20th board meeting, Ms. Marshall admirably spoke on her own behalf about her maltreatment. She said, quote, "I am going to be on this board and represent the constituencies that elected me. I am going to honor my sworn duty to those individuals. I am going to work with everyone on the board. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to push hard, and I'm going to do what is morally and ethically right because that's who I am," unquote. The TPS attorney did not encourage a response to Mrs. Marshall's statement and interjected that this matter should be revisited at the next board meeting. As of the 29th of July, in spite of the public outcry, no apology has been rendered. However, we still hold you, board, accountable for your unjust retaliatory treatment of a fellow board member. There is no tenable excuse for verbal abuse towards an elected official of a marginalized and disenfranchised constituency. We, the 57 signatories of this document, demand Mrs. Schreiber, Mrs. Keller, Mrs. Wester, as individuals and the Tulsa Public Schools Board of Education immediately make a public and verbal written apologize to Ms. Marshall, the District 3 constituents, and to the city of Tulsa. Number 2, the Tulsa Public School Board begin immediate action to unite around a bold and compelling vision and mission based on shared morals, ethics, and values. Number 3, the Tulsa Public School Board immediately focus on their work to produce the best outcomes for all families and students, specifically those in the greatest need, as in District 3 because of TPS's structural racism. Number 4, Tulsa Public School Board must begin with all deliberate speed to implement a process based on the aforementioned demands to attain the position of moral authority for this district. These demands are our moral obligation, just as the late U.S. Representative John Lewis stated. If you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have a moral obligation to do something about it. This is our 57 individuals. This is our moral obligation. And I think it's yours too, to implement our demands. This statement will be emailed to you during this meeting. President Woolley, by Friday, August 7th, we must hear from you when the board will begin to implement these demands. This has been out there way too long, started almost a month ago. And we have a list of 57 individuals, ministers, volunteers, and mentors of TPS, past TPS administrators, past board members, past teachers, retired principals and staff, community activists, heads of community organizations, and community residents. We have also individuals who have masters of social work, parents, and grandparents. This has to be resolved now. We cannot wait. We've waited way too long.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
I do expect to hear from President Woolley. And Friday, August 7th, we must hear from the board. When will you begin to implement these demands?